the reason you keep allowing this person back in and not ending this connection is that somehow you have this idea in your head, in your subconscious, that this person is your wish fulfillment, is your Ten of Cups, is the ultimate picture of happiness with, kids and family and all the love. So in your head, you have this fantasy, this imagination ship that, yes, this relationship, even though it's difficult right now, and even though we're going through all these cycles, it's going to lead to a Ten of Cups. So let's see if that is true. Hello, hello, my loves. Welcome back to Love Alchemy Tarot. My name is Valentina. I'm a relationship coach and tarot card reader, and I'm here today to do a reading about why do they always come back and why can't you let go? I feel that these kind of cycles are the most damaging and the most difficult to understand, where there is someone that keeps coming in and out of our life, when there's someone that no matter how hard we try, we don't know how to let go of them. So I wanted to give you some insight from spirit as to what you can do about this situation, and also to find out why is this happening to you. In my opinion, as a therapist and a relationship coach and a tarot card reader, these patterns are lessons you're supposed to learn. And it is a pattern that tends to happen mostly in karmic connection, in karmic connections. And I want to really help you figure out what are some practical steps that you can take if you want to end this karmic cycle, to clear this karmic baggage, which is usually at play in these sort of on and off dynamics, when people keep coming back and we find it difficult to let go of them. So without further ado, let's talk about this. I think the first deck that I'm going to use is an oracle card deck. It's one of my favorite oracle card decks, which you would have seen a lot, the telepathy oracle cards. I think I need to get some new decks, but I'm sure that you are not bored with all of these beautiful cards. So the energy today that we're checking is between my viewers and a karmic partner, potentially someone who keeps coming back, that makes your life feel like a deja vu every day. You know that old movie, Groundhog Day? These relationships feel a bit like this. And I was in a relationship like this a few years ago, and I remember how difficult it was. So I just want to give you a little bit of guidance here. So let's find out, Spirit. Please tell me, what is the current energy between my partner, between my viewers and the person that keeps keeps coming in and out of their life. Current energy. One more. I'll look at this. All right. Interesting cards have come up. So the first one that I saw is acceleration. Acceleration says speed up and chase the results that you want. So if you want to end this pattern, if you feel that you've been going around in circles for way too long, it is now time for you to take control of the situation, to take action, and no longer keep tolerating these kind of behaviors. Because what I know is missing in these sort of relationships is the ability to set clear boundaries. Because if we had the power to set clear boundaries, we would learn the lesson and the Groundhog Day would not repeat itself. That movie is in fact about learning lessons and ascendance, like learning how to be in a relationship. So the next card that came is embrace. Embrace what faith has in store for you. I love this card because after acceleration, it's telling me that the spirit is encouraging you to accept that there is a message, that there is something important that you are not learning. The reason a pattern keeps repeating itself, including a pattern of someone that keeps coming back and leaving you and whatever, is because there is a lesson you are not learning. So the message here from spirit is to say that you need to embrace that whatever the lesson is here, whatever fate has in store for you. By fate, we mean destiny. And definitely there is a link between you and this person. The bond of love grows stronger over time. But these kind of in and out, on and off connections are highly addictive because the moment that you've maybe gained enough strength and perspective to say, I need to let go of this person. They always repeat the same pattern. They come to me when they need me, and then they disappear when something else more shiny, more new appears on the horizon. Then this actually deepens this dependency, this addiction that we have towards this relationship. However, there is obviously a link between you and this person. And because of this addictive cycle of dopamine hits every now and then, and breadcrumbing and keeping you in the loop and always texting you or coming back to you once whatever cycle they were in a different part of their life has ended, it's actually making you more and more addicted and more connected to this person. And it is really becoming very, very difficult to separate yourself. So then we have observe. Observe says, notice all the noteworthy things in your relationship. I love this card because it's an invitation to approach this relationship consciously. It's not just to say, yeah, whatever, this is happening, I love this person, but it's an invitation to heal consciously this pattern that is currently happening. And the final card in this energy check is the universe. The universe is guiding you towards that special someone. Just let everything take its course. So the message that I'm getting with this card is that this particular on and off, in and out pattern is supposed to teach you a lesson so that you can separate from this person, end this cycle. And with this lesson, the universe will then give you the kind of relationship that you desire, the relationship with someone that stays, with someone who's not disappearing on you when they have something better happening in their life. So this card is a reminder to trust that everything is happening for you, to your advantage, and that spirit is in the background always working for things to happen exactly as they should. So let's get some tarot now and figure out what is currently what you currently need. What do my viewers need to know about this connection? And then we're going to get some advice as to how to break it. So what do my viewers really need to know right now? Let's find out. Do you need to know about this partner that keeps coming in and out, and about this pattern that keeps repeating itself? Three of Swords. We know that already. Page of Cups. We also know that. Two of Swords. King of Wands. And one more card. One more piece. I don't know what it is. Okay. Nine of Pentacles. Wonderful. All right. So bottom of the deck, 10 of Cups. So I get the feeling that the reason you keep coming back to this person, the reason you keep allowing this person back in and not ending this connection, is that somehow you have this idea in your head, in your subconscious, that this person is your wish fulfillment, is your 10 of Cups, is the ultimate picture of happiness with, kids and family and all the love. So in your head, you have this fantasy, this imagination ship that, yes, this relationship, even though it's difficult right now, and even though we're going through all these cycles, it's going to lead to a 10 of Cups. So let's see if that is true, because the cards that I see here that have come out don't seem to indicate that. You're definitely heartbroken. You're definitely in pain. You definitely have been stabbed multiple times, at least 3 times by the number of swords that I see here. So it could be that this pattern has repeated itself once, twice, 3 times. They've shown you love in the beginning, then you felt really attached and you decided, wow, this person is really everything that I ever could wish for. And then you realize that, oops, one day they literally packed up and went, and you found yourself lonely, broken, and sad. And then they came back. And then, oops, you thought, oh, wow, actually, maybe they do love me. Maybe they want something with me. Maybe they were scared, whatever. We all are very good at making these kind of excuses and stories to support our desires. But that also can be a bit delulu. Because what this person keeps offering you is a small cup. So every time they come, they make you a small offer. This hits your brain with a bunch, like a shower of dopamine, and you think, oh my God, but maybe, yes, maybe they are going to love me this time. Maybe this time is going to be different. And we're going to progress from the Page of Cups, from a little offer of love, to maybe the King of Cups. However, that almost never materializes in this kind of on and off and in and out relationships. And that keeps you absolutely stuck, unable to move on, unable to choose this person simply because they do not choose you. So you are really in stagnation. You are blocked in moving on to find a relationship that actually works for you, because you are not learning this lesson. And the lesson in stagnation is to try to avoid the heartbreak that comes from the Three of Swords, and to really go into that meditation and retreat that is represented by the Four of Swords. And the reason why this pattern is probably happening is because this person is very passionate, and you have chemistry, you have a lot of attraction towards each other, because if they come in as the King of Wands, he is someone who, when he is in your presence, I mean, I'm saying he, but only because I'm talking about the king here. It can definitely be male or female, because I don't know your gender and I don't really like to gender my readings. But he, the King of Cups, the energy of the King of Cups, is this person who makes you feel absolutely loved and desired. So absolutely, this kind of energy is responsible for the reasons why you are not able to move on. But this person keeps themselves in the Nine of Pentacles energy, which means that they are not interested in commitment. They are interested in living the life, in having their independence and having their cake and eating it, as I like to say. So their energy is not one of commitment. This energy does not speak of, oh, let's get married and have babies. It's not a Ten of Cups that you have in mind. Their energy is like, nope, I'm happy as I am. Everything is working perfectly. So as long as you're going to tolerate this in and out, and you're going to take them back every single time they come, and you're going to give it another go because you believe that it's going to work out in the end, essentially, this person has absolutely no interest, no incentive to change, because everything is working for them exactly as they want it. So let's explore, what are your beliefs, your patterns, what is actually happening for you personally. How do you feel about this person that is stopping you from blocking this person, from ending this conflict, from choosing yourself rather than choosing to be with them and to tolerate this behavior? So what is currently blocking my viewers from learning this lesson? What patterns are at play in my viewers' life? I think I saw something turn. No. What do they need to know? What does my viewer? Okay. I know. All right. Good. I have 5 cards. So let's see. Bottom of the deck energy, the High Priestess. So the energy of secrets, the energy of intuition, the energy of finding your inner wisdom. So the High Priestess, what is in the background, in the subconscious, what you do not see, is that actually deep down, you know what you need to do. You have the inner wisdom. Is maybe that you need to listen to it more. So this card is a reminder from Spirit that actually, if you really focus your attention on how you feel around this person, not just how they make you feel, because the King of Wands is going to make you feel amazing when they're around you. This energy of the High Priestess reminds you to stay strong in your female energy. Yes, you don't chase, you attract. You are willing to receive love. You're not going to run after this person to get them to give you love. But the energy that you have here, essentially, you are in stagnation. As we have stagnation, the Two of Swords here before, you also have the Eight of Wands in reverse. This means that things are not currently moving. So you feel that this relationship is going nowhere. Of course, it's not going nowhere because it's going round in circles. You feel that you want to take some reckless action You keep going and communicating to this partner. You keep trying to make this work. Sometimes you're pushing and you're triggering communications and so on, but it's not necessarily going to work, because what we have here is the Six of Cups in reverse. So this is a clear indication that you have a childhood pattern, an inner child that needs to be healed. So no, this relationship is not going back to what we had in the beginning, because of course all relationships start on a high, and that is when the addiction gets triggered, because you think, oh, I want a little bit more of that. It's so beautiful when we are together. It's nice. But this card in reverse reminds you that actually this pattern originates inside of you, and you need to do the healing. By healing this inner child that possibly doesn't feel loved and appreciated and keeps chasing and keeps tolerating because she or he believes that he needs to earn love, and he or she needs to put their needs last and to prioritize the other person, because this is how they maintained relationships with the parents in the past, in the childhood. Then this is definitely the lesson that you need to learn. So what you really need to focus on is healing your inner child. Yes, so my dog really wants to go out, so I'm going to take a break after this reading. So then here it looks like you've been expecting to get some results. You've been expecting to get some new outcome, right? But to me, this card kind of reminds us of the definition of insanity postulated by Einstein, that said, it is insane to keep doing the same thing over and over again and expect different results. So if the thing that you keep doing over and over again is to keep accepting this person back with all their BS, with all their bullshit, and you don't see any change, you don't see any attempt to do things better or to be more engaged, to keep in contact, to not disappear on you, then definitely you are not going to get the return on investment for this. But it seems that this is what you're doing right now. You're sitting there hoping that all the energy and the love that you've invested in this relationship is eventually going to pay off. And you're also sitting there in hope. So you have expectation and hope together, but the star card also speaks of healing. So what you need to do is, like I said, heal yourself. So these two cards together really speak of a need for you to address all the patterns from the past, to work on your inner child that needs this connection, that needs any connection, but in particular with this particular karmic partner. And you need to do this healing. So, this is exactly what I was saying in the beginning, that the pattern is not about your partner. This person is coming into your life to push you to heal this part of yourself that keeps wanting attention, keeps wanting to feel wanted. And this is what keeps breaking your heart. So let's understand from Spirit how to break this pattern. What is the advice, Spirit? What do my viewers need to do to end this cycle? What do my viewers need to do to end this cycle? What is the advice? What's the advice? Is the advice for my viewers? Hey, all right, I have two cards that went on the floor. So give me a second. And we have the Hierophant at the bottom. All right. Right, interesting. So I had two cards that went on the floor, the Ten of Swords and the High Priestess in reverse. I'm going to come back to them because they came in later. The first two cards that came is the Seven of Wands in reverse and the Ace of Pentacles. Then we had the the Four of Pentacles in reverse, Three of Wands, and the Ten of Wands, the Ten of Swords and the High Priestess. So let's take these cards one by one. So I'm putting them on top because I don't know if there's enough space here in the overhead camera. So here we go. The advice that the universe is providing for us today is 7 of Wands in reverse. So it feels that you've been holding yourself back from making a decision, from moving forward with this. And we had the 8 of Wands in reverse. So you've not taken action towards correcting this pattern, towards healing this pattern and the need inside of you. And with the 10 of Wands in reverse, Spirit is saying that you need to come out of defensiveness, right? You've been sitting there potentially very resentful, very upset about the fact that this partner has really not taking action towards you with the 8 of Wands in reverse, but also you've tried to just protect yourself. You've sat there in protection mode, if you like. But right now, the universe is saying you need to come out of this period of, let's say, stagnation, or where you've tried to be on the defensive, and go on the offensive. Because only when you start taking action, new things can happen. So there is this potential for you to start on a new path, on a new cycle towards stability. So this clearly tells me that you need to move away from this relationship, and we are going to get more cards to get confirmation on all of this. But what I've asked the universe to tell me, or to tell us, is what do you need to do? What is the advice? And the advice is definitely come out of inaction, come out of defensiveness, and start taking new paths to stability. So that it means it can be emotional stability. That means you do the healing work that I mentioned before, so that you know that you are enough, that you are not expecting this partner to come and confirm that you are enough, and also to create your own stability for yourself. Maybe one of the reasons you keep allowing this person to come back in is because you thought they are going to also provide you with financial security and, in the real world. But what this card, the Ace of Pentacles, is telling me is that by starting this new cycle and healing the old parts of yourself, you are going to be able to create your own prosperity and your own stability in your life. So you don't need to actually depend on this person. And the reason I'm saying this is because with the 4 of Pentacles in reverse, there is definitely an indication that you need to let go of the things that you thought were providing you the stability. Maybe you thought that even though this person was coming in and out and they weren't very committed, eventually they're going to move to commitment. Remember, I said that we have the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. So maybe you felt that there is an opportunity for them to be committed in the future. And also you have at the bottom of the deck, under the Hierophant, we have Death. And what is next? I can't see. The 2 of Wands in reverse, right? So these cards, I'm going to put this one down for now because I want to explore a little bit the bottom of the deck energy. So we have the Hierophant, which means that in the back of your mind, in your subconscious, you believe there is a potential for commitment, for a higher level of commitment with this person. So maybe you've been telling yourself that if you keep tolerating and you're showing this person how wonderful you are and how amazing you are, one day they're going to decide to choose you and to commit to you. However, death is here, not to say that you're going to die, but to say that you need to let go. You need to let this part of you die. You need to let this belief die so that a new beginning, a new rebirth can happen. Death is about death and transformation and rebirth, which means that you cannot start a new cycle. You cannot go on this path for a new stable relationship if you don't let this part of you die and this belief system die. And with the 2 of Wands in reverse, it is a confirmation for me that you don't have a very clear vision of where you want or how you think a good, healthy, committed relationship would need to look like in order for you to be happy. So coming back to the 4 of Pentacles in reverse, Spirit is telling you very clearly, let go of these beliefs. 4 of Pentacles in reverse and Death are both confirmations that whatever you believe this person should be able to offer you in terms of stability and in terms of security and safety, you need to let go of that belief. And to let go of that belief, you need to move forward with courage and determination. So the 3 of Wands is this card that says, yes, there is movement, but you need to take action. is not your partner. The partner is in Eight of Wands in reverse. They're not going to take action. And like I said, this pattern works for them. They are absolutely not going to change anything, because if you keep accepting them, nothing changes if nothing changes. If you're not going to put down boundaries, I'm actually surprised we don't have the Queen of Wands here. If you don't put down any boundaries, if you not say, I won't tolerate this kind of behavior, this person is going to continue to do the same thing over and over again. And only you are going to be sitting there hoping for a different result. But this result is not going to happen unless you go on this journey, unless you start the healing, unless you stop sitting around expecting for all your previous investments to pay off, because they will not. You need to take action towards something new. And that something new, again, is confirmed as healing. So the 10 of Wands is saying, yes, it's been a difficult journey. It's been complicated, and you feel very hurt. You feel that you've put up with a lot of shit, and that has really been very painful, and it stabbed you in the back, and you've actually not really done the inner work. You've not really listened to your intuition, and simply the universe is saying you have all the answers here. The High Priestess is ultimate wisdom, is this energy of divine feminine that knows her worth. That is very much in the, I don't have to chase anyone. I'm going to attract the right person, the person who is going to love me the way that I want to be loved. So I think the best way to deal with this in terms of understanding what you need to do, I'm going to get some of these cards with questions, soul questions, to heal the parts of yourself that need to heal. So Spirit, tell me, what questions should my viewers ask themselves to break this pattern? Give me 3 cards, please. 1, 2 more, please. What should my viewers heal? What should they address? Oh, I have 5, so I'm going to take all of them. What can I do? If Spirit wants to give you this many, oh no, actually it's 6 cards. But this is going to be difficult because these cards have a very, very small print on the back. So the first card, the first question is, what can I do to make a difference? Wait, I'm going to need to put my glasses on because these cards are small. Hang on. So, what can I do to make a difference? The card says, what keeps you up at night? What makes you cringe when you think about it, such that every ounce of you screams no more? Where can you create purpose out of pain? And your soul action today, so how you break this pattern, is make a difference in someone's life today, big or small, because all of it makes a difference. So if you've been sitting there hoping that this person was going to give your life purpose, Spirit is saying your life purpose is not about this relationship. If you're sitting around waiting for them to finally decide to choose you, this is not going to change. So the 3 of Wands is an indication, guidance to find your own path, to find your own meaning in life. Because I heard on a podcast yesterday someone talking about the fact that we are thinking of finding a life purpose as if it was a package left at the door and we're trying to find it. But actually, we don't create, or we don't find meaning in life. We create that meaning in life. So the advice from Spirit is what can you do to make a difference? What can you do to make a difference, to make your life meaningful in a different way? And then the next card is, am I willing? Am I willing to make this change? Am I willing to heal this part of myself? Am I willing to step into action, to be the one who breaks the cycle? Because if you don't, even if this person is never going to change. So let's see what the message is on the back of the card. It says, you are on the edge of something great. Can you feel it? Yes, there is a risk. There is risk, uncertainty, imperfections ahead. Failure is certain, and vulnerability is a requirement. You must be brave, moving forward with courage and determination, and trust yourself more than ever before. You will reach the dream, but you must stretch yourself into a whole new level of belief and willingness in order to move forward with courage. Oh my God, these cards are amazing. Today's soul action for you is be brave. Follow your heart's compass and lift the lid on your own dreams. Today's mantra, it's possible. So what was I saying about following your heart and your intuition? You haven't done that, but it is time for you to follow your heart's compass. This is what the Three of Wands is telling you here. So let's see what the other cards are saying. Oh my God, I've made such a mess on this table, so I'm sorry about that. All right, let's see. What are the dominant emotions that run my, sorry. What are the dominant emotions that run my life? So that's a beautiful card, and let's see what the message is. How do you feel your day? Stress or joy? Trust or anger? Anxiety or peace? We have only today, right now, the journey. No goal, no destination will bring us the the feeling we seek. And when we begin filling every day with that which we value most, we will attract more of it. That is fulfillment. So your soul action today is lean into what you want to feel and adjust your life, your values, your expectations to match your desires. What do you want to feel? Are you willing to let go of the belief that you have to achieve something to feel it? This is such a beautiful card that reminds me of what is one of the most important aspects of manifestation. So in order to manifest the reality that we want, we cannot just think about it. It's not just visualizing it in the head, but it's feeling it in the body that is going to actually help us jump into that desired reality. So how do we do that? Well, two of the things that we can do are in the messages of the cards right here. What can I burn? We had death before. Burning means once we have to burn through catharsis, the energy of that negative emotion, but also how can we burn, as in rewrite the patterns in our head that are keeping us stuck. So what can I burn? Sometimes bridges back to this relationship, but also burn it all, the ugly lies, the pain, the shame, the criticism, the images that run through your head, reminders of what you did wrong, and the proof that you are not enough. Burn, baby, burn. Your soul is calling. It's time for a rebirth. You are like the phoenix rising from the ashes, no longer attached to the past. You are free. Your wings are ready. Use them. What a beautiful message when it comes to breaking a pattern. Yes, you have to burn that. You have to burn. Let the version of yourself, that particular cycle in the phoenix's life that is ended, and the bird needs to now be reborn out of those ashes. And the next card says, what else could this mean? So when I mentioned in the beginning that the only reason we're repeating a cycle in life is because we are not learning a lesson, we had that 10 of Cups at the bottom of the deck in the beginning that said, you may have imagined that this relationship was the one that is going to give you your wish fulfillment. However, this card reminds you that there may be a different reason why this person is in your life, possibly to teach you a lesson so that you can ascend to your next level of development. So let's see what the message on the back of the card is. The card says there are always multiple ways to look at every situation. Our first reaction is usually rooted in our fears and limiting beliefs. Look at the situation today by stepping outside of the trigger and ask, what else could this mean? Why is this person coming back into my life? Why do I keep allowing this person back into my life? And today's soul action is there something your soul is calling you to learn in this moment? Or is there a pattern that is ready to be broken or burned? Walk in the other person's shoes and see it from their perspective. If it doesn't involve someone else, ask yourself, how is life happening for me right now? So this is a beautiful reminder that when you look at the situation from your partner's perspective, they are, like I said, absolutely, they have no intention of changing anything because this is working. You know, they can go and do whatever they want. They can continue to be in their Nine of Pentacles energy, free to come and go as they want. And you're sitting there waiting for them, trying to make things happen, but never actually healing this pattern. So when I was talking about purpose earlier a few minutes ago, and I meant that actually making a difference, serving someone else outside of ourselves is actually what creates purpose and meaning, what gives meaning to our life. So let's see. The message is, in a world lacking soul-to-soul connection, simple and small acts are what create the biggest and most lasting impact. We shift our own pain and experience an avalanche of love when we lose ourselves in the service of others. So who needs you today? And your soul action is listen to your heart. Who needs you? Make one soulful connection today and give solely to spread more love, expecting nothing in return. Notice the joy that you feel when you serve others. So, beautiful, beautiful reminders of how you can get out of this situation, how you can break this pattern. Another way that you can do it is essentially to check out the box under this video below, because on top of doing tarot, I have created a healing method called the reset method that really does exactly what is needed in these kind of situations that are a repeated pattern. So in the reset method, we literally work on resetting this mental pattern, rewiring it, and rewriting your love story so that you can truly open yourself up to what the universe has in store for you once you learn this lesson and break this cycle. The reset method is made of five steps, five important milestones, because the first one is recognition of the pattern at play. You already see what's going on here, but sometimes you do not know that this relationship, this pattern that you see outside of yourself, is in fact a mirror image of a pattern that is inside yourself, a pattern where you keep rejecting yourself, you keep running away from yourself, you stay with yourself for a while and you believe in yourself, and then at some point you abandon yourself. And then the next step in the reset method, we have erasure, because in order for you to change this pattern, we need to remove that belief that you are not enough. The reason you are tolerating these kind of behaviors and taking someone in who has not shown you love how you desired it is essentially an inside pattern, a story that you tell yourself that you are not enough and you have to tolerate these kind of behaviors. The third step, the S in the reset, is somatic release, which means that through a whole bunch of somatic techniques, including hypnotherapy and breath work, we release the stored emotions, the energy of resentment and anger and fear and jealousy and guilt that has accumulated inside the cells of your body that keep you stuck. And therefore, it's impossible for you consciously, just with your mind, to break this pattern, because there is this energy deep inside of you at the cellular level that keeps you stuck in this merry-go-round of constant needing for approval and validation. And then the fourth step, the E, is empowering you to create new patterns, to solidify the patterns that we've actually installed in your brain during the erasure phase and the somatic release phase, and then empowering you to move to the next level in your life and your relationship, essentially to let go, to heal these inner children that are keeping you stuck, that keep requiring the same type of love that you've had as a child, and truly heal with hope that you can have a better life experience. And of course, in the T, in the transformation phase, we provide you with a relational GPS, which means a guidance, an itinerary for how you can create the balanced, happy relationship, that 10 of Cups that you wanted, which may not be with the same partner, but you still deserve it and you can have it in your life. I hope this reading has resonated with you. If you did like it, please like, share, and subscribe. I do this kind of readings very regularly, and I like to talk about patterns because my mission in the world is to help people rewrite their love story and have a much more connected and fulfilling life. So thank you, everyone, and I will see you in my next reading. Lots of love.